think I've seen Joe Rogan. I need to get wireless headphones. So I wonder if I'm using AI for um, editing software or editing. Is that right? Yeah. Using AI for editing. Wondering if I'm gonna find anything. I have no idea what to expect with these, so we're gonna check it.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality.
If you're spending inherits the same design. If I update the brand later, new edits adopted automatically with uncompressed wavy audio. Every speaker lands on a separate track, so later you can upload my own, change the size and color, and choose from a variety of. If you're spending hours editing videos, I need to show you something that changed every.
All right, so I don't know how to edit videos, so I don't know what this pro is. Maybe about we go here.
CapCut is without a doubt the best beginner-friendly editing program, and today you're going to learn a simple 10-step workflow to create YouTube videos that look so good people will think you use the fancy editing programs that cost tons of money and take years to learn. Let's dive in. Now, if you've never edited or used CapCut before, have no fear because we're gonna cover everything you need to know today. And first things first, you need to make sure you're using the right version of CapCut. You see, there are actually 3 different versions. You have the online web-based version, the downloadable desktop app, and then finally the smartphone app. I'd highly recommend using the downloadable desktop app. It's the most powerful and easiest to use. And I actually have a link in the description where you can get started today. All right, with that out of the way, we can dive into this 10-step editing workflow. It's crucial you hit every single one of these steps with every video you post on YouTube. The last
I need to get a notebook and a pen and get ready for this. All right, so this here, if I go like this, bring that down. This needs to come here. All right. That's right. I'm not gonna have that on. So you guys are gonna be with me for this, I guess. I'm gonna go change the name of this to CapCut. Mm, it's not what I want. No. This. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how far I'll get into this. I get frustrated pretty easy with this technology. Um, Hopefully that gets better with time. Everything always seems to get better. It's a little overwhelming right now for sure. Um, Scary. Thinking if I'm really going to make something out of this that's worth making, then I'm going to put everything I have into this thing that's in front of me. That's it's a scary endeavor, right? But I believe that this is what God has for me. This is what God is telling me to do. Anyway, that's just a little bit of my heart, I guess.
Thing you want to do is forget one essential step, post it, and then live forever in regret, wondering what the true potential of your video would have been. The first few steps are pretty straightforward, so I'll cruise through those quickly, but then once we've got the foundation laid, we will really dive deep into the best strategies to pump up the quality of your edit. So stick around, you don't want to miss that stuff. Step number one is nice and easy. Import and organize your content. To import your content into CapCut, open a new project, and in the top left, you'll see the import button. Just click that, find the footage on your computer, and hit enter. I've already got mine organized in folders for both A-roll and B-roll, but if you haven't already, just click right and select create new folder within CapCut. Moving on here, step number two is what I call laying the foundation.
What?
This is where we take the story-based clip is nice and easy. Import and organize your content. To import your content into CapCut, open a new project, and in the top left, you'll see the import button. Just click that, find the footage on your computer, and hit enter. I've already got mine organized in folders for both A-roll and B-roll, but if you haven't already, just click right and select create new folder.
Maybe we go back here and go new folder. We'll call this A-roll and B-roll. A-roll. Now about new folder. I want to rename it. Rename. B. B-roll. I need bigger. All right, so that's it, I think.
Folder within CapCut. Moving on here, step number two is what I call laying the foundation. This is where we take these story-based clips and align them in chronological order on the timeline. For example, in this video that we're editing here, I have a few different segments that really drive the story forward. We have the intro clips, an outdoor section, the next part is in my office, then we go downstairs, you get the point. In this step, we take all of that footage and drag it down to the timeline and organize it chronologically. Up next, in steps 3 and 4, we enhance two of the most important elements of your content, color and sound. With talking head content like
get more views in here, so I need more content. I'm gonna go. Maybe if I escape from here and I Facebook. And then go to Facebook. And we're gonna just do with this one clip. Here we go. Why is that not? What is that? So I'm gonna be out here playing with this shit. If I can. Find where to put it. I need this. What if I save video? Maybe? And then maybe I can find it here. What if I I don't know how to get that. How do I get video from? Ask Gemini. You're gonna be my favorite, aren't you? What about? What wanna do with my voice? Start chat. Maybe. Can you hear me? What does that mean?
Hi, I'm Gemini. We're about to go live, where you can explore complex topics or ideas just by talking. But before we get started, take a quick look at this important information.
Okay.
Great, let's get going. Here's one of the voices I have, but there are more to choose from. click through to hear them, or just hit start to get chatting.
Here's another voice I can use. You can pick me now and always make a change later in settings.
Or maybe you'd like to listen to a voice like this. A pretty great one, if I do say so myself.
For example, here's another one. Maybe I can be the voice that helps you brainstorm gift ideas for a friend who loves cooking.
Then there's me, a voice for all seasons and needs.
Maybe this voice is more your style. I'll just keep talking for a moment longer so you can get a good sense for how it sounds.
I could talk like this all day. Trying on the...
Here's another one of my voices. Imagine me talking you through a fitness routine for the week, or something more random like...
Or possibly this other one. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
And to wrap things up, I can also talk to you using the voice you're hearing. It's up to you which one to start with, and if you'd like, you can click and listen to them again.
Choosing a voice is tricky, but...
Maybe
It's good to meet you. Give me a chance.
If you're curious about the...
You can always change voices later. I'll be here whenever you're ready to talk.
Feel free to keep exploring until you find...
I'm ready to be your voice. If you like what you hear, choose me to start talking.
If you're curious about the other voices, click to explore.
You can always change voices. You can always change my voice in settings later. Okay, I'm here whenever you're ready.
How do I get a video from Facebook to my computer? Why is it paused? I don't want to pause. How do I get a video from my... No idea what just happened. Where's the... Looking around for a controller that's in my hand. Technical difficulties. Working with technical things. I don't know why live is paused. How do I get a video from my page to my computer? What? This ain't even working. Alright, we're gonna just do with what we have, I guess.
Like this, I like to enhance the color and sound now. That way, as we continue moving throughout the editing process, the actual clips that we're working with both look and sound good. I personally film most of my content in a log format, which results in a higher quality shot, but only after you color correct it. This is another reason why I like color grading here in the process. We can do it all for the clips before we start cutting them all up and making it more complex. With the color and sound, this step is crucial. You can see all of these clips are flat. They were shot in a log picture profile. I want them looking good so that throughout the rest of the edit, I'm not just staring at a gray image. Now, this is pretty straightforward in CapCut. They've made our life really easy. All you need to do to get to the color control is select your clip And now check this out. This area on the right that I referred to as like the flex panel earlier, when you're not selecting a clip, it just has your project info and you can modify it if you like. But then when you select a clip, now we have all these alternative tabs that come up like video, audio, speed, animation, adjustment, okay? The color controls are all within the adjustment tab. So with this clip selected, we can come up here, make sure we have adjustment, and then in that we have four.
I think I'm just gonna have to play with it. This is what I'm gonna have to do. So first thing we need to do is get this thing to where I can see it. Display. Display settings. Scale. 150. That's better. That's better. I can read that now. So that should just change everything, right? I think. Yeah. So that's better. All right. So like. Why is... Oh, never mind. So, okay, we're gonna bring this over here. And we got a compound clip. See, if we come here. See what stickers. Is that? Really? Alright, is there a follow button maybe? How about follow? How about I find one that says follow? These buttons, that would be awesome. How about a like button? soon. What if I
recreation of the Taoist yin yang symbol, you know, with the white paisley here, and that's what you know, and the dark paisley serpents really there, and the right place to be is right on the line between them, because you're sort of, you got one foot where you.
So, what I want to address is that we were never taught that the Bible addressed this stuff at all. That it was teaching the same thing other religions have been teaching forever. And so we were kept out of the loop. What if I want to record? Let's see if I can do it off of this computer. There. I hate Facebook on the computer. Like, is there a way to record on CapCut? Record, there is. No. That's not it, no. No. Like, no. No, no, no. Mo, just. I'm like, I have no idea about any of this. Like, I have no idea about anything. That's the problem. Mm. No.
If you've been wanting to become a content creator, but you just can't figure out where to start or how to start, this course is for you. Maybe you're just tired of hearing the same advice, the whole pick a niche, be consistent, provide value, and you just want the actual, tangible, practical ways to become a content creator. If that sounds like you, grab a pen and paper or download the workbook that goes with this video, because right now I want to teach you everything that you need to know to grow to 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and even replace your 9-to-5.
So, I guess I've got paper, so we'll just go that route. And it seems like something I'm really gonna love. This is 3 hours long. Maybe I can find. Where do I find that? Free workbook download. So I don't know who this girl is or nothing. We're gonna see what she's got to offer though, because I need help. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna print it. I print 58 pages. go to I need to print up this whole thing. Call it Ultimate Content Creator Plan. I guess I can probably turn on my chat. So Ultimate Content Creator. Okay, so save this here. Alright, so I don't know. Hmm.
If that's your goal. The roadmap we're about to go over is the 3-part framework that I've developed over the past 6 years of coaching thousands of content creators. During my time of being a content creator coach, I've identified 3 patterns or phases that
We're getting more coffee. So come on, man. It's also overwhelming. Okay, so we're back. We're gonna start.
Every creator goes through, and then I turned those into, if you've been wanting to become a content creator, but you just can't figure out where to start or how to start, this course is for you. Maybe you're just tired of hearing the same advice, the whole pick a niche, be consistent, provide value, and you just want the actual, tangible, practical ways to become a content creator. If that sounds like you, grab a pen and paper or download the workbook that goes with this video, because right now I want to teach you everything that you need to know to grow to 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and even replace your 9-to-5 if that's your goal. The roadmap we're about to go over is the 3-part framework that I've developed over the past 6 years of coaching thousands of content creators. During my time of being a content creator coach, I've identified 3 patterns or phases that every creator goes through, and then I turned those into a repeatable system so that I could teach it to you right now. The 3 phases that we are going to go over are build. This is where you're going to set the foundations of your personal brand and business. The second is scale. This is like those growth strategies. How do you create content that's actually going to grow your platforms? Most people want to skip build and jump straight to the scale strategies, but without build, you won't see any growth. So build is arguably the most important. And then we'll wrap things up with profit. This is how to make money as a content creator. Then at the very, very, very end, I'm going to share with you the key to keeping your creator business running. This is a method that I developed specifically for this video that I have never seen anybody teach anywhere. So I'm so excited to teach it here for the first time. And I think if you're going to learn anything and apply anything from this video, it is going to be that final golden ticket, nugget, key, I don't know. I truly believe this one thing can be a game changer for any content creator trying to grow their career in the creator economy.
So I'm writing an essay on cats. Cats in art history. I'm an art history major, and this final is due on Friday. Same day, I'm going on a road trip with my best friend Gabby. Luckily, I write with Grammarly. What once took me hours now takes minutes. So I can focus on what matters most, my voice. We begin in ancient Egypt, and then the Renaissance, but also Impressionism. And, of course, the internet. Hey, have you...
Now, this framework that we are about to go over is the framework that has helped hundreds of my students hit huge milestones like growing to 100,000 followers on Instagram in less than 6 months, or getting monetized on YouTube in 3 months, having one single TikTok post bring in thousands of followers, and I've even helped dozens of creators replace their 9-to-5 income with content creation. So why am I teaching this framework in a who knows how long YouTube video completely for free? Because I believe content creation is one of the most powerful career paths somebody can choose today. And you are not too late to start your content creator journey. Goldman Sachs has predicted that the global creator economy is going to nearly double in the next few years, going from a $250 billion industry in 2025 to over $480 billion by 2027. That means there's about to be $200 billion invested into the creator economy, and I think you deserve to have a piece of that. My business mission is to help creators build sustainable careers and to shape the future of the creator economy. So whether that means we ever work together, whether you buy a course from me or not, whether you subscribe to my YouTube channel or not, I want the best for you, for creators. And the only way I know how to do that is to teach. Now, I know my way is not the only way to grow online. There are thousands of creator coaches out there, and that's actually great news for you because that means you have so many options and different ways that you could try to grow as a content creator. My only hope with this video is that I'm able to become a great resource for you, and that 1 year from now, you could look back on your journey and say, wow, that video was the video that started the trajectory of my career. So as always, timestamps are below. Use them if you need them. Let's jump in. Now, I apologize for my voice in this. If you've been following me for some time, you might notice I sound a little different. I've been sick for a week now, and I've been waiting for it to just pass, and it isn't passing. It's not going anywhere. So we got to get this video filmed. It's got to get edited and live in about a week and a half. So we're just going for it. I got my tea, and we're just going to have a great time. Okay, like I had said before, there are many strategies that you could follow to become a full-time content creator. Your strategy will vary depending on the creator you want to be or your goals. The three main strategies that I teach are the niche approach, audience approach, and identity approach, or like you as your brand. If you've been following me for a while, this part might be a review for you, but it's important, so we're still going to go over it. Now, the niche approach, this is probably the one that you've heard the most. It's the traditional way for growing online. The reason you hear this one all the time is because it works. There's a reason everybody says it, and it's because it is a proven way to grow any business, is to niche down. Now, the issue that we have with niching down, or with what everybody says, is nobody really teaches how to properly do that. And when you niche down properly, you are identifying who your content is for, what type of content you create, and how you help people achieve their goals. So if you can identify all three of those things, that's a proper niche. For example, if you were to say fitness, I'm sorry, but fitness is not a niche. That's just like a industry, it's a category. You need to identify what kind of fitness for who. So maybe it's at-home fitness for busy moms. That is more of a niche. And then with this strategy, you'll probably hear the terms like, okay, after you've niched down, now you need to identify content pillars. Yay! And then content pillars are the subtopics that you'll be posting about and rotating between. So you have at-home fitness for busy moms. Maybe one of your content pillars are like arm or upper body workouts. That's a pillar. Lower body workouts, or maybe workouts that need equipment. No equipment workouts, or like body weight workouts. Or maybe a pillar is nutrition and how to fuel your body as a busy mom. So like the subtopics under fitness. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This strategy, you're gonna hate this. It's actually my favorite strategy because it is 100% the way that you are going to grow the fastest. If you want fast, rapid growth, niching down will do that for you. People hate to hear it, but when you do it the right way, so many of my students have just blown up because they were just like, you know what? I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna niche down. It works, and that's why I love it. But I digress. There are other ways to grow. If you can't figure out how to niche down, or if that doesn't feel true to you, that's okay. There are other options. So with the audience approach, this is when you are just posting for a particular person. I'm gonna just put part person. Doesn't mean it's part person, it's particular person. So you have like one person in mind and you are posting for them. You're constantly thinking, how can I show up for them today? What do they need in their feed today? I also really like this strategy because it thrives off of the algorithm. Algorithms across all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, algorithms identify audience behavior. That's really all they are. It's human behavior. And so if you can really understand your person's behavior, what they like, what they don't like, what makes them save a video, if you can really get into the psychology of a person, you're gonna have no problem creating solid content. Now, the cool thing with the audience approach is you don't have to pick one topic, you're picking one person. So if this person is interested, let's say you're at college, you wanna post for other college students, anything that a college student would want or be interested in, you could post about. So if I want to post about plants, because I love plants, I can make a whole post about these are the plants that are in my dorm room and thriving indoors, right? Or if you want to talk about like fashion or affordable Amazon fashion for college students, or even like food, if you want to talk about these are the meals that I'm eating, budget-friendly meals for college students, you could talk about that. Or if you want to talk about like study tips and how you're studying, how to stay organized, you can do that. You see, there are multiple topics. It is an array of topics, but you're always positioning those topics to appeal to a particular person. With audience, instead of content pillars that you're rotating around, you're kind of rotating between your audience's interests and different things that you think would bring them value. We'll talk about value later, but this is kind of what you're rotating around. Now, the identity approach or the you approach, this is the whole like you are your niche. This is typically for the creators who are like, I'm a lifestyle creator. I just want to post lifestyle content. I'm not making fun. I just use different voices for different things. But if you want to be like a lifestyle content creator, this is probably the avenue that you'll go down. You just want to post really about your life and your interests. This is where you're posting about your life, your interests, what you want to post about. But where people fall into a trap of this, they end up being like a little bit sloppy with their strategy. So they're like, well, I just want to post about whatever I want. It's my lifestyle, so I'm going to post whatever I want. But then they forget that you also have to have strategy with it. So they end up like not growing or growing really slowly. But you can do the lifestyle approach with the right strategy layered on top of it. So you still have to be intentional with what you're creating. Again, if your goal is growth, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to create whatever I want and I'm going to go viral. There's still ways to be intentional and have strategy. Now, I will say this one is the fastest way to grow, niching down. Audience, I would say, is like medium growth. And then this one is sometimes the slowest growth. So you get to kind of choose your own journey, and you'll have to go in with the proper expectations of what that growth will look like. I'm not saying you can't grow with this one. You absolutely can. Just know that growth trajectory might look a little bit different compared to somebody who went the traditional route of niching down and they grew like 10,000 followers in 30 days. So just go in with the proper expectation of what your journey is going to look like, and you'll be fine. You'll be okay. Layer it with strategy and you will grow. Now, believe it or not, the strategy that you choose will affect the platform that you post on. The three main platforms that I teach and will be talking about in this video are Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. When it comes to strategy options on Instagram, you have to niche down. People don't like to hear it, but you have to as of right now. And let me tell you why. Instagram, their algorithm, creates account-based embeddings. This means that they actually assign your entire account one topic. So as you're posting, Instagram will say, oh, we see a common theme here. This person's account is about food. So let's only show people interested in food their content. If you're trying to be a lifestyle creator on Instagram and you're posting about your daily vlogs, kitchen reorganization, what you wore that day, travel tips because you just went to Hawaii. If you're posting about all those things, Instagram will never be able to give you a proper account-based embedding, and you'll just be posting and posting and posting and posting and like never growing the way you want to. And I say this with a specific person in mind. We started our creator journeys at the same time. We both went to similar creator events back in 2019, and they are still at the same place that they started because of this thing. They do not want to niche down, but they also don't want to pivot away from Instagram. And you just have to understand, Instagram thrives off of niching down. If you don't want to niche down, don't pick Instagram. Pick somewhere else and you'll be fine. You'll see great growth. But that's how their account or their algorithm behaves as of right now. With TikTok, honestly, you could pick any of the strategies that we talked about, because with TikTok's algorithm, each video is categorized separately. So that's why with TikTok, you could be a lifestyle creator. Each video has its own opportunity and is analyzed separately by the algorithm. When you post a video about fashion, TikTok will be like, oh, what's this video about? Oh, it's about fashion. Let's show it to people interested in fashion. Instead of categorizing your account under one topic and then you're stuck under that topic. So that's why TikTok works for any strategy, niche down, audience, or lifestyle. Again, audience is going to work here as well because algorithms thrive off of human behavior. If you know your audience, you'll be able to work with the algorithm instead of against it, and it'll be easy peasy. Okay, now YouTube, I will say any strategy works on YouTube as well, but you really have to, if you don't want to niche down and you want to go the audience or identity approach, you really need to take the time to understand SEO and how that's going to work with your given strategy. SEO is a huge part of YouTube, And SEO is not hard. It can be very, very easy, especially nowadays. I think back in blog days when everyone was building a website and a blog, SEO was hard. But now with modern day technology and social platforms, it's actually simplified a lot more. And so I think people have this preconceived notion with SEO where it's like, oh my gosh, it's too hard, it's intimidating. Yeah, it was back in the day, but nowadays it's actually pretty simple. If you're open and willing to understand SEO, YouTube's going to be a great place for you. Now for each platform, your best bet for Instagram is short form content, vertical short form content, aka Reels. That is going to be your best mode of content to attract new eyes and grow. For TikTok, short form, vertical as well. That's going to be the best platform or best form of content for growth. And then YouTube, this is where if you want to be a long form content creator, you're going to be on YouTube. Okay, let me help you identify even more similarities and differences between all of these places. Let's just talk about Instagram for a second. It's going to be really great if you enjoy batch creating content. You love filming content ahead of time and having like 20 videos in the pipeline, 10 videos in the pipeline, drafted and ready to go. Batch creators, perfect for Instagram. Instagram is also a really great place for coaches or educators. If you're a coach educator, this is going to be a really good platform for you as well. A lot of coaches will batch ahead of time because tips are usually evergreen, like they're not relying on trends that are happening this week. So I can make a video right now on, oh, here are some tips for filming your video. And whether I post it now or in 3 months from now, it'll still be relevant. So that's why coaches usually do well with batching content and perform well on Instagram. They have a niche, they know what they're educating on. So that usually works really well there. Now, I will say with Instagram, monetization is not the best when it comes to their monetization tools specifically. Like you could have millions of views and they'll pay you 5 cents. You know what I mean? So the monetization tools on Instagram, not great. But I will say if you want to go the brand collab route or even selling digital products, those work really well on Instagram. Brands are obsessed with Instagram. They love collaborating on reels or stories there. So that works really well. So if you're a niched down creator, you'll probably get some great collabs and also automations for selling digital products. That works really well on Instagram with auto DM features or tools like ManyChat or Stan, who you could set up funnels, make sure you're making money passively. All that works really well on Instagram. Now let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is great for anybody who has no idea what their niche is and they want to test and post content in all places to figure out what is like their thing. What creator do they want to be known for? What type of creator do they want to be? So if you want to test content, TikTok is going to be your place. TikTok is also going to be really great for casual creators. And what I mean by casual creators is maybe you don't batch ahead of time, you don't have the time to, or you have a hard time with batching and you work better on the go, on the fly. You're like, ooh, I have a video idea. You record it right then and there. You want to post it right then and there. If you just want to like post, time doesn't matter, don't want to have to think about batching ahead, TikTok is going to be really great, especially the format of just like a casual holding your phone, talking to the camera. That format works really well on TikTok versus Instagram. Doesn't work as well there as of recording this video. So if you're more of a casual creator, TikTok's going to be a really great place for you. Now, I will say TikTok, they have some pretty good monetization options. They have TikTok Shop, they have live streaming and badges and all these different ways creators can monetize with TikTok and get paid pretty well. So I do like TikTok monetization tools. I think they're really great, especially if you're somebody who wants to thrive off of affiliates. Yeah. If you want to thrive off of affiliate income, I think TikTok is really great for that. If you enjoy going live, TikTok is really great for that. Now you can be an educator, a niched educator that wants brand collabs and sell digital products on TikTok too. TikTok is probably the most flexible of all the platforms. So all of these things here, like niching down, batching, creating, being a coach, wanting brand collabs and selling digital products, all of that can apply to TikTok too. It's such a flexible platform. So I'll help you identify which one at the very end, but let's talk about YouTube. We talked about the lifestyle strategy probably being the slowest strategy of them all. YouTube is going to be the slowest growth platform of them all as well. But they pay the best when it comes to monetization. They have it figured out. They have it down. They've been in the game for a while. They know how to monetize and treat their creators really well. So I really do think they're like a creator first platform, the creator first minded. They have so many resources for creators. And also, if you want to build like die-hard community, don't know why I sang that, but YouTube's going to be really great. So it's a slow growth, but it's like so impactful and meaningful when you do get that growth. It's like the best thing in the world. Honestly, YouTube is my favorite platform, but I am biased. I've been posting to YouTube since I was basically in my mother's womb. So how do you know which one's going to be best for you? I have like a fun quiz to help you identify which platform is going to be best for you. It's linked in the workbook if you're following along in the workbook. But choosing a platform can be as simple as asking yourself, which platform do you enjoy being on as a consumer? When you open your phone, which platform do you naturally gravitate towards as a consumer? Which platform do you enjoy being on and creating for? For me, that's YouTube. I love watching YouTube videos as I get ready in the morning. I play them while I'm doing dishes, while I'm in the shower, while I'm driving. I don't watch them while I drive, but I'm playing them like they're podcasts while I'm driving. I love YouTube. I love being in the space. And so for me, I knew like I wanted to be a YouTuber. I just had that feeling. And so I just want you to ask yourself, when you think of yourself being like, let's say you are the next big creator, you are the next Ryan Trahan, the next Alex Earl, whatever it is. When people ask or identify you, they're like, oh yeah, that's the TikToker, or that's the YouTuber, that's the Instagrammer. I don't know. Ask yourself, like, what platform do you want to be associated with as you grow? And which platform also brings you the most enjoyment? For me, it was not Instagram. I had so much anxiety anytime I would open the app, look at the app, tap the app. Like, Instagram gave me so much anxiety and comparison. And so that I knew, I was like, okay, that's not going to be my main focus. I know it's going to be a great resource as I grow and tool for the business that I'm growing, but it's not going to be my main thing. YouTube's going to be my main thing. So always do that gut check with yourself to figure out where you want to be. This advice might be contrary to other educators' opinions and tips, but I truly believe you only need to choose one platform in the beginning. And what I mean by that is I want you to focus on one platform when it comes to strategy. When it comes to creating content for one specific platform and doing content research, figuring out the algorithm's behavior, the audience's interests, spending your time studying analytics, I want all of your strategy and effort to go into creating content for one platform. Be focused on just that platform. You can repurpose that content to other places if you have the capacity to do so, but you do not have to be everywhere in the beginning. I notice people will say, oh yeah, you need to post everywhere. You need to be everywhere at all times. You need to be blah, 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 blah. And I feel like that puts so much pressure on solo creators who maybe are juggling being a parent and a full-time job, and that pressure of like, oh, I can't do this because I have to be everywhere. So what's the point of even trying if I have to be? You do not have to be everywhere. You do not have to. That is non-existent, not a thing. You absolutely can just choose one, and you can just grow on one. And that is totally fine if you don't have the capacity to be everywhere else. When you put all of your effort into one platform, at least that strategy effort into one platform, that focus, you're giving 100% of your energy there instead of you're thinking, okay, I'm going to make short form content and I'm going to apply it to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And then I'm going to see, okay, well, what went well here? Why did it go viral here and not here? Well, this got more comments, but this one got more saves. You're then spending 33% energy here, 33 here. You have split attention. You're chasing multiple things. You don't have a clear focus. When you focus on just one platform, you could really understand how to improve your content there and then distribute it elsewhere. Now, if having multiple platforms is important to you, that's okay. That's fine. You can repurpose. I found when doing my deep dive of Forbes top creators that the top pairing was actually TikTok and YouTube. So those two paired really well together. What I noticed people would do is they would create short form content on TikTok. They would then do two things: repurpose that short form content as a short or as shorts, and they would then also create long form versions of that short form content and direct people to their long form platform or long form YouTube videos. So I noticed these two paired really well together. That was the most common pairing. And I will also let you know that Instagram and YouTube, they did not pair well together. At least what I've noticed with myself and my students, when people have a YouTube channel and an Instagram, they would try to create short form content and then direct people to long form videos, but their audience would never go watch the long form videos. For some reason, the Instagram users were not interested in long form content at all, but TikTok short form users were interested in long form content. So that was just like interesting pairings that I had discovered with myself, my students, and also analyzing Forbes top creators. Okay, now that you know the platform that you're going to be on, your platform options, let's finally get into build, shall we? No, that's all part of build, but let's start like building your brand and identifying the type of creator that you want to be. The first thing that I want you to do is have like a brand brainstorming session where you sit down and you journal about a few things. The three most important that I want you to actually take the time to answer, you could pause this video and fill it out in the workbook, but answer these questions. First thing that I want you to journal about is, what do you want to be known for? So there's different ways you could go about this. Let's say 1 year from now, where are you? What does your day-to-day look like? How are you showing up? What's that short-term goal with content creation, with your platform? 1 year from today, where do you want to be? What do you want to be known for?
What do I want to be known for? What do I want to be known for? I want to be known for my love of Christ. I want to be known for my love of people. I want to be known for bringing truth into a world that has lost truth. And want to be known as a guy who's willing to pray and bring healing into your life.
Same thing, do that same exercise, but think more like 3 to 5 years from now. What do you want to be known for? If you were to be interviewed or introduced on a podcast, how do you want somebody to introduce you? What are you known for? How many followers do you have? How are you making money? How much money you making? How much per month? Where's that money coming from? So that's what I want you to ask yourself when it comes to like, what do you want to be known for? Then I want you to ask yourself, what kind of content do you want to create? This is just like a good way to identify what are those first few videos that you're going to be making. Is it like day in the life videos, inspirational content? There's no right or wrong answers here. So just like brain dump.
And stream this there. How about we do that? That's not what I want. figure out how to stream to TikTok, I think. All right, so I need to figure out how to stream. Can you hear me? Yeah, I want to do that. Check. Check. Can you hear me? Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Come on. What if, hold on. It's so much. It really is. Getting my AI.
You can use your AI to automate tasks, brainstorm, write, or learn. To get the best results, give it clear instructions and context, whether you need to summarize, plan trips, or write emails.
Setting my microphone to work with AI on my computer. It might. What if it's over here? It shouldn't have anything to do with it. We're gonna try it out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There is. What do you mean no internet connection? Yes, there is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Why doesn't it work? System settings. System settings. Test, 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 test. Test, test. Why does it say volume 20%? Test, 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 test. Why? How about why? Why? Okay, it says Jonathan. Test, test, test. Ah, ah, ah. Well, if it's loud, why can't I hear it? That's the question. Can you hear me? Test, 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 test. Why can't they hear me? Jonesy. Why? I don't know why you can't hear me. On the computer, open Chrome. Settings. Um, um, open Chrome. My Chrome's open. Go to settings. Privacy and security settings. You don't see settings. Maybe it's it's right here. It's right here. Settings. Privacy and security. No, I don't care. Site setting. Microphone. So why isn't it working? It says it should work. Why is it not working? Select panel, site settings, camera, microphone. Privacy. Security. No. No. Site setting. Camera. Come on, man, it's stupid. Microphone. I don't know. Allow. I don't. Why is it not let? Why is it not hearing it then? It should hear it. We're gonna check it. I guess we got so much stuff going on, man.
So you're wondering how to enable and select your microphone here in Google Chrome. Let's show you how. Head up to the very top right-hand corner. You'll see the three dots. You can select that. Head on down to Settings. Now under Settings over on the left-hand side, you'll see Privacy and Security. In the middle here, you'll see Site Settings. And scroll down in Site Settings and you'll see under Permissions, the microphone option. And in here, we need to make sure that sites can ask to use your microphone here in the middle under default behavior. And then we can also select our microphone, make sure the correct one is selected. We should be able to use our microphone here in Google Chrome. So you're wondering how to enable and select your microphone here in Google.
We're gonna try that. Maybe I missed yesterday. I didn't see it. Dang it. Setting. Privacy and security. Site setting. Microphone. Oh, that's why. All right, so that one should work now. Now it should work, I think. Let's try. If we go to this one. Okay. I think it's set right now. So, can you hear me? All right. Sweet. It's much better. All right. So, probably do the same thing over there now. So we should be able to ask Gemini anything now. I want to learn how to stream. All right, so. Can I talk to you like this? Can I talk to you like this?
Yes, you can talk to me like this. Is there something specific you'd like to discuss or something you need help with?
Well, I'm starting to stream, and I really don't know anything about it. I'd like to utilize AI for video editing. I'd like to utilize AI as much as I can. We're going to see how Gemini will help me.
That's a great mindset to have for streaming. Gemini can help in several ways, from brainstorming content ideas to even providing tips for engaging with your audience. Regarding AI for video editing, it can simplify things like automatically generating captions, cutting out silent parts, and even suggesting cuts and transitions. Are you interested in a specific type of AI feature?
I don't really know. I want AI to do as much as it can. Because I know nothing about it.
No worries. We can break it down. Since you're starting from scratch, AI can be incredibly helpful for automating tasks. For example, it can automatically generate catchy clips from your longer streams for social media. It can also create captions automatically, which is great for accessibility and reach. Are you more interested in editing past broadcasts or features for your live stream itself?
Well, I live stream quite a bit, and I would like to be able to
That's great. AI can definitely make your live streaming experience much smoother. For live streams, quote, AI can automate things like generating captions in real time, ensuring a smoother stream by optimizing bandwidth, and even detecting and clipping your best moments for sharing later. What aspects of streaming are you most interested in applying AI to?
Well, I guess I would like to learn how to add like, subscribe buttons.
Adding like and subscribe buttons can be a great way to engage your viewers. A common method is to use animated green screen overlays for your live streams. You can find these online and then integrate them using your streaming software like OBS or Streamlabs. Would you like to know more about how to set that up?
Yes, actually I have OBS open right now if I can figure out how to do that from OBS.
Perfect. OBS is great for this. The most common way is to use a media source with an animated green screen or transparent video of like and subscribe buttons. You can find many free ones online. Once you have the video file, in OBS, you would click the plus sign in the sources box, select media source, and browse to your file. Does that make sense, or would you like to go through it step by step?
I would like you to take me where to get the green screen, please.
You can find various free green screen subscribe button overlays online. Websites like CreatorSet or by searching YouTube for free green screen subscribe animation can be good places to start. Once you download the file, you can easily add it as a media source in OBS and then configure the settings to remove the green screen.
This one. It's also overwhelming, man.
If you've ever been around my stream, you know that I like to use a green screen. It looks nice when done correctly, and it allows for some fun shenanigans on stream. So it pains me just a little bit to see so many people doing it wrong, in my opinion, or just being flat out lazy. The first thing I see is just the complete lack of an overlay altogether. People just lazily slapping themselves in the corner of their stream using a green screen because they can. There's no personality to the design, it looks identical to thousands of other streams, and you can't easily move yourself out of the way of gameplay elements. The second thing I see a lot of is some sort of variation of the bar overlay. You know the one I'm talking about, where it looks like you're coming out of the bar, which honestly looks fine, I guess, but what I personally like to do is add just a little bit of a background. It gives the overlay some depth, it makes you pop out a little bit more, and it just looks so clean. So this week I have 2 animated green screen camera overlays for you, that's a mouthful, that are based on the regular camera overlays I released a few weeks ago. They look something like this, and they are completely customizable with your logo, colors, and shape to some extent in Blender 2.8. All you have to do is download the file from the Discord, link in the description, and follow along. And before we get started, if you like the free graphics,
Dogs have to go outside, so